Yeah, I'm TGH. And what's going on? I am joined by couch members. I believe they are on the couch over across the room right now. Yeah, they are a little bit quiet in my headphones. Just a heads up, tiny bit quiet. What's up? Yes. Yeah, the timer has started. The timer has started. All right. Okay, so start with this cutscene. You mash text by holding B and mashing all the D-pad buttons as well as A and R. Here we are waking up. Also, huge shout outs to Finn, who makes a great cuddle buddy here on this couch. All right, so if I roll 3 times in this room here, 1, 2, 3, there, the RNG manipulation is pretty much done. And as long as I don't roll it again by either rolling, swinging my sword, which, by the way, I don't have a sword yet, or, well, now I do, but it's broken. I can't use it. Or transitioning screens, should be fine. So here's 20 right here. And where's the 5?
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna reset.
Okay. Yep.
I don't know what happened there. I'm gonna be real.
Where is the 5?
Okay.
So RG must have rolled an extra time on the title screen or something. I have no clue. Anyway, here we go again. So we're gonna actually reset that. It was like a minute.
Yeah.
So we could, hit the split button again. Was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually the first time I've ever failed that manip. I don't know what happened.
So I don't know if you did the same thing twice, but what you just did there, you didn't wait for Eslo. You might have.
Oh, you're right. I didn't wait for Eslo. Okay. Yeah, right. I need to wait for Eslo to blink 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Now we should be good.
Yep.
All right. Sorry.
All right. Good luck again.
Yeah, he was able to hear me. Yeah. Now.
All right. I think volumes are good now. I think, and then in the headsets.
Yeah.
All right.
Right.
So yeah, sorry. In the heat of the marathon moment, I actually completely forgot that I was supposed to wait for Eslo to blink 4 times. But here we are. We're now on track for RNG manipulation, which I will not explain again. Straight up. I'm not talking about that again. Instead, I'll let the couch introduce themselves.
Yeah. Hi, I'm Glubbers. I'm over here. You can also call me The. I was on Wind Waker. And I also run this game. This game's super cool. It's my favorite game. So thank you so much, Teach, for having me on.
Yeah, I'm Ryan Ford. Yeah, might have saw me for the Oracles games, and I have no experience running this, so might hear me sometimes.
And hi, I'm Supersonic. I'm going to be reading your donations, so feel free to send them over, and I'll be reading them on the stream. And you may have seen me run Zelda 2 earlier this morning. Yeah, that's the time, right?
And I was on the couch for that one.
You were on the couch for that, yeah.
Also, if I could have Glubbers and Ryan Ford bumped up just a little bit in my headphones, I would appreciate that. Maybe like 30-40%. Would be much appreciated. The RG should work now. We should see 5 rupees in the jar. If we don't, then we're just gonna roll with it, and I'm not gonna bother. We'll get rupees elsewhere.
Yeah, where's the 5 sounded like a donation type of.
It kind of did, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
where's the 5?
Come on, guys.
Where's the 5?
Let's get the $5 dono train going.
Yeah. The blue rupee train going. Starting with the one that's in that pot.
Yes. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. It's honestly amazing. We have to rely on luck for this. There we go. There's the 5 rupee. All right.
We got the 5.
Okay, now we can leave the house.
All right, there's the start of the train.
All right, so Link's fastest form of movement for the vast majority of the first part of this run will be via rolling. Link can roll in a straight line in this game. Later on, we'll get the Pegasus boots, which will let us dash, which is a little faster over long distances. But for now, we're just going to roll, and we're going to like it.
Yeah, and the intro here is just a lot of rolling, optimizing what you're doing, and trying to keep all of the boring technical details out. Basically, we're just trying to align correctly where Zelda wants to talk to us so that the amount of movement Link's doing is minimized before he goes to stand where he's meant to stand.
So if I could have commentators just up a little bit more.
Hello.
In the headphones.
I am speaking into your ear.
There we go. All right, so we got the shield now. Zelda was nice enough to choose a shield for us.
Oh, God.
And now we've got the fog horn.
Yep.
That sure is a horn.
That is a 1917 donation from Final Flame saying, good luck on the run. Thank you very much, Final Flame.
What, you're not going to say anything about Zelda's adventure? What happened?
That's all he said.
Thank you, Flame.
Oh, and
All
don't
right,
soft
careful not
lock.
to soft lock. All right, we're good.
Nice.
All right, you can actually soft lock on the minister there because he doesn't have dialogue, but you can talk to him. And so if you try to talk to him, the game just stops working. It's good.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It's like a frame perfect input. I believe it's frame perfect. I have done it before. It's funny, but I'm not going to do it in a marathon. I've already wasted enough time in the first 2 minutes of this run.
Speaking of the 5, we got a $5 donation from Where's the 5?
Oh,
Where's the
I think it's right there.
petition to get that one as a sound effect? Or where's the fun?
Where's the 5?
All right, so there is some stuff happening here. Vadi is doing stuff.
Yeah.
I know
he
the
is.
lore of this game, I promise.
The fun tidbit about this sequence is actually until, well, it's not really this cutscene, but it's shown as this cutscene. You don't actually have any enemies except for that one Deku scrub in the overworld at all. You go into any dungeon, go into even Dark Hyrule, there's nothing. And it's kind of meant to symbolically be opening this chest, unleashing the evil on the world. But really, actually, it's after this next cutscene, we're going to get control back and we're going to talk to the king. It's when that's done that you actually spawn all of those enemies. It's actually, in my opinion, very cool little tidbit. It's like,
Yeah, for real.
the world was safe, and now it's not.
Hey! Also. Just,
Hey,
Hey.
There's another one, too. Hang on.
All right, if tech can turn TGH down a little.
Oh!
Just a bit, just a bit.
yeah, just a hair, like maybe 10%. And also, I don't have game on me.
Yeah, same.
That is not a huge deal, though. As I'm not playing.
We're doing this on the fly, folks.
Yep. So we're doing for y'all, so make sure you donate.
Yeah, get that Where's the 5 donation string. Love to see that.
All right, so now we are going to beeline straight for Minish Woods now that we have a sword to be able to get us there. We can cut some of the shrubbery and head southeast.
I like that word, shrubbery.
Shrubbery, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what else would you describe it as?
Foliage?
That is not foliage.
And it's like, that has like 2 leaves on it. It's a stick. It's arguably an overgrown stump.
So yeah, just trying my best and sometimes succeeding at optimizing my movement with rolls. I'm gonna get this guy out of here. Totally did not press the shield button thinking it was the sword button. If anybody asks.
No.
Yeah, of course not.
Well, who would ever do that?
All right, and here we meet our companion for the run, Eslo. His favorite letter is E. And you will become very familiar with that letter throughout this run.
His favorite letter is E, and he's the world's oldest duck hat.
Yes. Shout-outs to ducks and hats.
Duck.
And being old.
right, a little mini fight here with the Octoroks. They're gone.
That's the hardest boss fight in the run.
Yes. Hey! Hey!
I like the yow.
Yeah.
Yeah, same.
Aslo has many vowels, but E is his best one. All right, and now we're introduced to, like, the main gimmick mechanic of the game. We are getting small. But you knew that already, right? This is Minish Cap, after all.
Yeah, it's Diminish Cap.
Diminish Cap.
Oh my god.
Wait, what?
You want me to read this donut for you?
Please.
All right, so we got a $6.67 donation from Final Flame. Also, yeah. So, he says, fine, Jay, when are you learning the best Zelda game where you get to play as Zelda and not Link? I'm of course talking about the incredible Zelda's Adventure for the Philips CDI. I fully expect to see you running it at the next Zeldathon. No excuses, no exceptions.
And there it is. Thanks, Flame.
That was jam.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, yeah. That's our friend and fellow Fast-Paced Events staff member, Final Flame, who is always bugging me about running Zelda's Adventure. And the answer is always no.
There's your answer.
Even if you were so generously gifted a copy of that in a Philips CDI?
Probably not.
Oh no.
You had to think about it, though.
He did think about it. That means that he can be swayed. I learned this when I was a salesperson and hated it.
Look, there's a difference between thinking about something and pause for dramatic effects. That's what that was. I just wanted that. I just wanted that answer to have weight. That's all. All right, so we went to go get the Jabbernut so that we can understand the Minish. Whoops. All right, and upcoming is Deepwood Shrine. So this run does get very glitchy, by the way. Once we hit about, I don't know, 28 minutes into the run or something like that. About the first 30 minutes are pretty dry, honestly. Lots of movement, lots of basic movement tech. Not a lot of glitches. In fact, like basically no glitches until we hit like the middle of Cave of Flames. And then once we hit that point, it's going to be off to the races, and this game will never be the same.
But that's not to say that it's not interesting. Actually, Deepwood Shrine's really interesting and has a lot of fun stuff that can happen despite not really being quote-unquote broken, right? One thing that we'll notice that is just going to be an elephant in the room otherwise, this is done on a CRT, and based on how the capture is, there will be slight issues with the aliasing. That is just how Minish Cap goes. That is not a tech issue.
Yeah, so that's actually, so I guess like to go into that a little bit. If you do see screen tearing, that is normal. I actually play with that on my CRT, so like don't worry about that. It's a setting on GBI to reduce the input, or the perceived input latency on what I play on.
Mind if I read a couple of these donations?
Oh, absolutely, sure.
All right, so we got one from Demon Fire with a $41 donation saying, it's Tuesday, so I had to get a Tuesday Ghost donation, and also Daytona. And then we got,
oh, that is the wrong way. Whoops.
Then we got Subway 3296 with a $20 donation saying, because my fiance told me to. Well, thank you very much.
You know, because they told me to is a really good reason to do things that you already wanted to do.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right, back to you, Jay.
All right, so we're pushing this pod across the room.
Fantastic.
I'm sure there are other donations that have come in recently. What do you say?
Well, those are the ones that I just read. Well, if we get some more, I mean, if we get some, sound bites or whatever, or even the creepy pee-pee, whatever.
The creepy pee-pee is great. I love the creepy pee-pee.
Creepy Pee-Pee destroyed me yesterday.
I'd say.
Oh my god. Couch at 3 o'clock a.m. moment.
3 o'clock a.m.
3 o'clock a.m.
Yep.
Tune in tonight at 3 o'clock a.m. while they're playing Phantom Hourglass, because I'm leaving at 2 when TP's done. Actually, I might be here at 3. Thinking about it. I forgot about what time it is. Catch 3 a.m. whatever it is. It'll be similar, I'm sure. Oh boy, 3 a.m.
I've lost control of my life, or something like that.
All right, so this is the worst room in this dungeon, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
a little bit annoying.
It's just, why would they design this?
It's like a bunch of Dunsparce just falling from the ceiling.
Yes.
I was thinking the same thing, honestly.
I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Oh, you'll see even more enemies that just kind of look like Pokemon, don't worry.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh, there are a lot of Pokemon in this game. Shout outs to the boss of Cave of Flames,
Yep.
who is like a combination of like 4 legendary Pokemon.
Yep.
Yep.
We've got Steven Stone's Cradley as the boss of this dungeon as well. Get out of my way, please. Thank you. All right, here we have Matterpillar. Or, I don't know, what Pokemon is this?
Matterpillar?
Like a deformed Caterpie.
Yeah, someone put Caterpie in the wash with the blues.
Oh, I got it. It's
the
actually,
lights.
it's actually Dunsparce. That's what that is.
And when it turned red, I thought failings.
Oh?
All right, so
Yeah.
we got the Gust Jar, which allows us to do that. It allows us to do 2 words that I almost just said live on air that I won't actually say.
Oh, I was just gonna full into it.
You were gonna full it? Okay, all right. Well, we are going to suck with the Gust Jar, and we are going to blow with the Gust Jar. just gonna go ahead and put it out there. Fine,
It is the game mechanics.
if you
so
insist.
that is what the game is intending you to do.
Exactly. Just like tomorrow when we're out Echoes of Wisdom, I'm going to use a certain word because that's the name.
Oh yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay.
If you're interested, you'll have to tune in and watch.
A certain echo has a very good German name.
Yes, it
I'll say
does. And we play in German. By the way, we're beating up the Timu Yanmas here.
Yep.
Yes, the Timu Yanma.
The color, I was like, it's the same.
A little bit of a slide push there. So push timer mechanics are something that I probably shouldn't actually go into, but they do help us save some frames in this run. In fact, later on, they help us save a bunch of frames by helping us clip off the edge of a mountain, which we're not supposed to be able to do.
Huh.
But we'll get there.
These are things that me, a much newer runner, is learning actively. I didn't know about that. That's cool.
Hey.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, I guess I did know about that because that's what Crown Flip is, but at the same time. Yeah, there is a lot of fun little nuances in Minish Cap, and we'll really get into those nuances when we're doing actual RNG manips because they completely matter.
They
the
really do come
entire
into play, yeah.
For now, it just looks like we're optimizing the living hell out of whatever this is. Mini dungeon where we're gonna go fight some gelatin, but
Steven Stone's Cradley.
Steven Stone's Cradley.
So, actually, no. I was gonna make the joke and say that like Cradley is in fact weak to flying type, but no, it's not.
No.
It's grass rock type.
It is a grass rock.
But
Yeah,
Yeah,
neutral,
so-
sadly.
I don't know, something to do with air, Gust Jar, air. I don't know, flying type. I was trying to make a joke and I failed. But anyway, so this
saw the
fight will
vision.
have 3 phases to it. They are each pretty similar, but he'll just jump more in the later 2 phases.
Yeah, this is a very normal fight. Basically, the only thing there is to talk about is the direction that we're swaying here is we can keep it down to a little 3 by just standing on the side that the Chu was already swaying to the first time. He'll come back around and try to smack you. But instead we smack him. That's how all boss fights work. They try to smack us, we don't let them. Instead we smack them.
Instead, you get smack.
Exactly. If you don't believe me, apply that logic to literally any video game ever. That is how bosses work.
Bad RNG. Okay, I still got the better outcome of the bad RNG cycle. There we go. And perfect pixel, actually. I'm standing in a
Ooh.
pixel perfect position here.
Hey.
So Link's not going to move at all, I think. Yeah, perfect.
He did a little twirl, but
Yeah, he did a little twerk there. All right, that's our first element. That's the earth element. We need 4 of those total.
Yeah, Minish Cap is interesting in that it's one of the dungeons, one of the games where all of the dungeons are required, even for any percent still. There's not really a way to skip them because, well, we still need the 4 sword, absolutely need it, and to do that, it does check for each individual element. So we will be doing all of the 4 major dungeons.
Yeah, remind me what category this is again, Glovers?
This is all dungeons percent RTA.
Yes, thank you. As opposed to some dungeons percent RTA.
Yeah, or some dungeons percent RTA second half.
Yes.
I am very prone to writing stuff like that on LiveSplit and have confused a lot of people about what this game actually is, and I do not mind it. This is my favorite Picori. It's Bellari, who has a hobby of manufacturing explosives and has been asked to live outside of the village because of that hobby. And that is actually what he will tell you.
It's really funny because, like, he's Picori sized, so he's manufacturing tiny bombs.
Yep.
But when you get them and when you become, normal size again, they are now big bombs.
Yeah.
So they can just kind of grow in size with you.
Every single thing is growing in size or shrinking in size as we go up and down, which is an interesting side effect of Eslo's magic, I guess.
Yes. All right, so this is the hurdy-gurdy man. I don't know about you, but my parents taught me not to talk to strangers.
He looks like a hamster.
So we're just going to say, yeah, we'll fuse with you, and then save and quit.
Yep.
To, get out of this.
And we just say goodbye, because we don't want to actually fuse that. That does actually just leave that sample kinstone that he gave us in our inventory for the entire run, which is funny.
Yeah, that is faster, by the way. That is the only reason we do that. It is faster. It's a couple seconds faster.
All right, and then here's the most important part. Do not just leave.
Don't what? I'm sorry?
Don't just leave the room.
Oh, yeah. Don't just up and leave the house.
If you don't release that second quick spin, you do not get the actual scroll.
That's the mailman. Don't talk to him.
And we would have gone another 20-ish minutes before we figured out that, oops, we're not meant to do that.
All right, so we're doing something kind of cool looking here. This is the first actual glitch of the run. There, we just got past the guard and saved like a second without actually spinning in front of him. That is also called a roll lift right there. So we lay a bomb and roll 2 frames later, and it counts the bomb as already been thrown, or already having been thrown when you do that. And so when you lay a bomb and pick it up and then throw it, it will explode faster than if you just placed it. So essentially that's what we're doing there. And we gotta equip the bottle, there we go. And grab some water, because we're gonna need this in about a second and a half. There we go. Oh no, I missed the seed. Just kidding, I didn't. Yeah, it looks like I do, but I don't. Hello, Tektite.
Oh, I hate when the Tektite's right there. This is the worst spot for that Tektite to be.
Troll
Nice.
enemies.
Oh, I legitimately thought I was gonna get text from the fairy, so I laid a bomb. That's very good.
That's fantastic.
So I just essentially wasted one. That's all right.
Yeah, you are a little bit tight on bombs climbing Mount Krenel, but it's not the biggest deal in the world. You have something like 3 spare bombs. You use 7 on them, if I remember right.
Yeah, so I failed that one, and you could kind of see how much longer, if you were paying attention to the first one, how much longer that took to explode. But, oh well. It's a hard trick to pull off consistently, for sure.
Absolutely. We're gonna go get some Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
It doesn't really look like Baja Blast, but...
It's a bit too bright.
and not blue enough.
Okay. There we go. There's our green water. So just like in real life, blue water makes blue seeds grow and green water makes green seeds grow.
I don't know what seeds you are You know what? Never mind.
No, that's a straight up just gardening tip for y'all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, hello. Jump over me. Thank you.
What about when the seed is brown like 99% of seeds?
Make sure not to accidentally use the green water, by the way, before you need it. That is a good way to lose like a minute at least.
Actually, somebody in chat said that's obviously Slurm from Futurama, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, it's a Futurama reference. Okay. I was like, wait, is this something I should know about?
Yeah, Slurm. I love that show.
That is a great show, yeah. Shoutouts to good comedy.
Yep.
And Futurama is not that, but I love it anyways.
I'm also seeing in the chat, TJ stands for tea gardening, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't know what your favorite Minish Cap NPC is, by the way, but mine is giant seed with legs. Or giant seed with tiny legs.
Yep.
Oh yeah, this guy.
Yep.
Not a very talkative fellow. I don't know, that's a good question. Who is my favorite Minish Cap NPC?
If I could just get Glubber's volume up just a little bit more, like 50% more.
I could
appreciate
also
that.
talk more into the microphone.
That is a rock, sir. Little unnecessary to pick up. I don't like this guy.
That is wonderful RNG.
Yes.
Oh,
Get
no.
outta here. But honestly, the play there was just to grab sword and kill that thing. That would have bothered me
That would
for
have
a
been
while.
so annoying.
Yeah, that does not happen often, but that's horrible RNG.
We've been collecting rupees for the grip ring, which we're about to get here in a little bit.
Yeah.
The grip ring is great because it lets us grip things, and we don't actually really need it for much except for climbing Kreml.
Please be hat.
So it's actually not the most useful, and please, all glitch hunters, ever find a way to clip up Krenel.
By the way, you may have noticed I had exactly 40 rupees there for that, so the 5 rupees in Link's house is actually legitimately important. There are rupees in Deepwood Shrine you can get, but they do just take extra time. Hello, Tektites.
Oh, hello, sign.
Oh my
Wow.
god.
I've never read that sign in my life.
Wonder what that sign said.
Climb.
Probably
Beware
danger
of rocks,
Yeah,
maybe?
probably danger falling rocks.
Yeah.
They're really like meatballs, though.
It is actually. It's been so
Yeah.
long since I've played this game in English.
You know what? That does look like meatballs. Holy moly.
Yeah, no, I just call these meatballs while they're falling. This is pure RNG.
Yeah.
May or may not get hit. RNG is fully manipulatable, but also there's so much going on Krenel that you'll never really see the same RNG twice.
I'm pretty sure RNG literally rolls every single frame, like everywhere on that Krenel.
And absolutely here where we have the rain.
Yeah, this is
is-
actually a really cool throwback. Nice little Link to the Past throwback.
Yeah, I love the music here.
Yeah, same.
Alright, and now we have my favorite part of the run, a Gen 3 Pokemon puzzle.
Link used strength.
Link used strength.
Link can now move boulders. Yeah, while I'm out here pushing rocks in the rain, would like to thank y'all again for just watching Zeldathon and coming out and checking out this event. The big split has been awesome so far. It's been an awesome experience. Once again, raising money for Make-A-Wish America, raising money for critically ill children, and getting those wishes fulfilled. So thank you very much for all your generosity at this event. Seriously, it's been amazing to be a part of.
Yeah, $80,000
For real.
is a wild, unimaginable amount. Well, actually, it's very easy to count to. It just takes a while, but still.
I mean, I could start 1, 2.
We will not finish
3.
during this run.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it's dope for real.
That's-
All right, this is a fun little one here because you see the... I never remember what those things are. Those, like, There's some generic Zelda enemy. I never remember what they are. Is that a Helmasaur?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Helmasaur.
Okay. The Helmasaur sinking, grabbing it with the Gust Jar, with grabbing the mushroom. I just love that. It looks so clean.
Yeah, right?
Also, there was a switch there that I hit with a bomb. Kind of like how in Oracle of Seasons, you're kind of supposed to have the boomerang to hit a certain switch to get, what is it, winter? Yeah, to get winter in Seasons.
I saw a clip art E very massively on the screen. Now I see a more normal E that doesn't have eyes.
I wish I could see it. I can't see it where I am.
Well, apparently, if you donate $10.33 to Make-A-Wish America, you will get the letter E posted on the overlay.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
Yep.
Oh, I see it. I see it now. Okay. Thank you, Stone, for rotating the TV for me so I could see.
That is fantastic. Yeah, we get an E when Eslo says E. We'll end up with a lot of E's on this screen, so get in your E.
Here's another one, by the way. I'm pretty sure he says E here.
E. Yep.
E. Also, that was a Rogue Effect with a $10.33 donation with no comment. Thank you very much.
Kicking off the E train.
Let's get it. 1033.
Okay, so when exactly do we want to start explaining diagonal angle retention?
Ooh.
So this is it's the first major glitch that happens in this run. And get out of my way. Oh, you're not even in my way. Okay. So about halfway through this dungeon, we are going to start breaking things.
Yeah. We're going to start breaking things. Basically, what it is, I guess I'll explain it while Tej goes through the dungeon.
Sure.
Basically, Link has 8 directions that he can actually face, but only 4 facing directions, and that is the most obscure way I can say that. The actual, if you're holding down right, for instance, Link will appear to be facing down. You can maintain that held state of down right by doing one of a few things. You will see Tej rolling, holding sword, things like that, and it's useful for a few ways. And what that makes you do is, say we have the cane later, or even not have the cane, we'll get there using some Gar, but doing that will let us do skewed jumps out of the little holes that you can use the cane on, or not, and it gets very breaky with some fun glitches in this dungeon, Palace of Winds, even in Dark Hyrule doing Firebar Dar, which is just fun to say.
Firebar Dar.
Firebar Dar. Oh my gosh. That actually like hurts to say a little.
Yeah, it's gonna look really funky when we actually get to it. We're coming up on it pretty soon in a couple rooms.
By the way, we got a $10.33 donation from Argitlim saying, "Okay, I'll E your game."
E.
E.
Oh, we've got the little E with us on the couch here. I love that. But
Well,
yeah.
now I'm jealous. I want to be over on that couch now.
You have an E with Hot Dog 86. Which
Alright, so
only makes sense if you watched Wind Waker. But
So it's this room that we do the trick in, and it is going to look very funky. We're going to do some out of bounds movement with this particular trick, and we are going to use it essentially to destroy a transitional tile between rooms, which is going to, well, make it not work because it's destroyed, and let us just bypass it completely and just go out of bounds. The game's like, oh, we're just not gonna, have you transition to the next screen. You're just gonna go out of bounds. And let me count to 7, or let me not fail to count to 7 as we do this.
yeah, so this is the Dar here, where it's being pulled diagonally. And we counted to 7 correctly. Good job.
That's not where I count to 7.
That is the 7th pull, though.
It is. Okay. I have to count to 7 twice. That's asking too much of me, honestly.
All right.
All right, here we go. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and just roll right from there. And there we go. We're right on the bridge.
And that is fantastic. Like Teach said, we destroyed the actual transition spot so that we can just go right through out of bounds and then walk out of bounds off the screen to where we spawn back in, right where Teach paused and unpaused. And that put us right at Kane, effectively. We're going to use stuff like that a lot throughout this run. Every dungeon gets more and more broken as we go
It
through.
really does, yeah. It really does. Although I would argue that Temple of Droplets is the most broken dungeon. Yeah, I'm not making that cycle. Okay.
It's more broken, but I would say less varied in how it's broken. Than,
True, yeah,
say
yeah.
Palace of Winds.
Yeah, we will get to all these glitches soon. The main glitch in this run is actually something called Ocarina Glitch. That's like the thing that makes a lot of things possible. But we don't have the Ocarina yet, so we won't talk about that quite yet.
Instead, we'll talk about how the minecarts in this game are so much better than Oracle.
Yo, Capcom really did get so much like flack for how slow the minecarts were in Oracles. They just decided to troll everyone by making minecarts 1,000,000 miles an hour in this game. And you know what? I appreciate it. I see it as a form of passive aggressiveness towards people who didn't like the minecarts.
It's like, all right, we'll make them 10 times faster.
Yep. All right, so this is also going to look funky. Don't worry about it. This is intended. We're supposed to be doing this. This is, you know, this is normal.
Don't you worry. This is just fine. We're actually going to grab this fairy. We're not getting it for safety. That's actually going to be for a glitch after we fight Gleerock here, which is a horrible pun made by Lugia mixed with... What? Pick a Pokemon to mix Lugia with.
Say
Turtonator?
Say in chat which Pokemon you see in this particular entity here. I guarantee you there'll be like 7 or 8 different ones.
Yeah, I can kind of see Lugia with that. Maybe with a mix of Lapras too.
Okay, Lapras. I see Turtonator a little bit in there, personally.
Before he flipped the shelf, yeah.
Apparently, we have someone who sees Pikachu, and I'm not sure about that one.
I don't know about that one either. Yeah, that one's.
Sounds like
I don't know. Maybe if you squint
We got-
hard enough.
Torkoal.
Also, I have to point out, Gleerock is on the walls here. I am legally obligated to. Whoa!
Whoa.
Hello.
Okay.
That was interesting. We're fine. I'm legally obligated to point that out, since this is in fact a marathon run.
Yep. Gleerock is very full of itself, and post itself. What is it? 6 times? Once on each side wall and twice on each.
I think 8 total times.
Oh, is it twice on the side
Yeah,
walls?
it's 2 on each wall.
Very full of itself.
Yes.
We got Turtonator, Lapras, a Jigglypuff from above. I love that reference.
That's a good reference right there.
Volcanion, Torkoal.
Volcanion.
Volcanion is an interesting reach, but also that's just a more modern Pokemon, and that's the only reason I say that. How many people actually got a Volcanion at some point?
All right, I'm looking at the layout now. This is beautiful.
It is
All
gorgeous,
these.
isn't it?
It's like,
And we can have even more. 1030E. That's not what you need. 1033, to be clear. That was a joke.
Speaking of which, we do have a $10.33 donation from Daydana. Thank you very much.
thank you.
That's another E.
Yeah, I
on the name.
want to see, like, all right, I don't know about you, but I want this whole layout to be full of E's.
Yeah.
Can we get this entire layout? Just like, I don't even want to see my face anymore.
Oh,
Just
no.
like, get this whole webcam area full of E's, please.
Yeah, get it across us too.
I want to be E'd.
Yeah. Get
Be E'd.
even more E's.
All the E's.
You know that it's getting late because we're just making dad jokes.
Right?
All right, so upcoming, we're going to be doing something called Krenel Clip. If you could explain Krenel Clip for me, Glubbers.
Yeah, so Krenel Clip starts out with actually first a thing called Bottle Glitch. We're going to specifically put the sword on A and the bottle on B. That lets us talk to that sign there. We're now kind of invincible. We're going to take this friend over here who has a name that I don't remember what it is.
Hoarder, I think.
Hoarder.
I think that's a hoarder.
Hoarder. No, oh, no, not the enemy. Like, there's an actual name that Myth gave it at SGDQ 23.
Oh.
But what we're going to do is we're going to line up on one of 2 pixels, push into the Hoarder there, and maintain that push state. We get into the corner, and we wee off the edge. now we're going down out of bounds. As a result of that, we're going to transition down a few times, head over, and that's going to let us skip getting the red sword entirely. We don't need to get the red sword. We will have it for, I don't know, 30 seconds. E. All right. And then after we down transition, the last thing that we need to do is actually trigger the boots quest, which we can do by reading
hello,
that
Keaton.
sign.
Jeez.
Hello, Keaton. So that was quick and dirty on Krenel Clip. Supersonic, you got an E.
We do have an E, a $10.33 donation from E.
E.
It's in the game.
E.
And I will add another E to the layout wherever they put it.
I like
Wherever
the
they
E.
decide
I like
to
the E
put
on
it.
the couch, or like on the couch between Glubbers and Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I love this guy.
Yeah, right?
My best friend.
Oh my gosh,
yeah.
what is that?
what is that E?
What is that?
That's a really weirdly placed E. If I'm being real here.
Oh, this is a great time to have all of the E's coming in, because this is kind of just walking around doing errands,
Okay, how about this,
which
chat?
starts with an E.
How about we do this? For the donations that you want to include, capitalize the letter E in whichever word that you're using.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of which, we got a $10.33 donation from Anonymous saying, here's an extra E.
E. I love that. Oh, we got another E.
Yep, that is a $10.33 donation from Arrow saying, not enough E's on this page, in my humbly opinion.
Not enough E's.
I agree.
We got another 1033 from E. Or is it just like an elongated E?
Could be E.
I didn't even notice the one on like DJ's album.
So
Oh, yeah.
here's a good one. We got an 1867 donation from Clinkit saying, how about an O?
Oh, Canada. Love that. All right.
Oh, that was great earlier. Shout out to the Canada block.
Yeah.
We did earlier.
The Oracles games, aka Canada.
The Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Canada. Yep.
Totally.
That would have been the name of the third game. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
All
wait.
right.
We should get an O on the layout for that O Canada. That would be great.
Yeah, now I got an E right here.
All right, so we are in the middle of the Boots quest right now. So, talking to the sign, you might have wondered why I talked to the sign and then just like kind of like, you know, wandered off. Like maybe I like talking to signs. What's it to you?
Yeah.
But anyway, so I talked to that sign and then just kind of like went the other way. I'm looking at all of the redeemed tickets right now. Oh my god. Honestly, chat.
Oh my god.
I can't focus on what I'm trying to say anymore. But it's set anyway. Reading that sign sets a flag for the Boots quest to start.
It sets a flag.
And it sets a flag for the E's to come raining down.
It sets a
Barely.
flag for the E's to come raining down. We can either trigger the Boots quest by entering Castor Wilds, which would be slow, or reading the sign that's kind of just to the south of Castor Wilds. For some reason, you can just do either. And so we read that sign. But now we have the Boots. Now, anytime that we're going to roll more than... It's 3 rolls, right? Are superseded by dashes, I believe.
Something like that. Something like that, yeah. It's different in, like, each Zelda game you can dash in, and I forget exactly what, but I just know where exactly it's faster to dash than roll.
That is fair.
Yeah, especially through this sludge here in Castor Wilds, which, by the way, so we're going to... All right, so I should preface what I'm about to say by saying we get the magical boomerang in this run for reasons that we will go into later. In order to get the magical boomerang, we need 3, or rather 4 actually, specific types of green kinstones to fuse. The way we do that is by RNG manipulation.
Yep. E.
Excuse me, RNE manipulation.
RNG.
All right, so we got a $10.33 donation from Rogue Effect with no comment. Thank you. We also got a $10.33 from Quagsire saying E. Then we got a $10.33 from Verifade saying I love E movie.
E movie.
Then we got a $10.33 from Dan E Music saying, you know what's my favorite pitch? E3.
Great. I love that. To finish what Tej was saying, because now he's very focused on doing exact movements, we need 4 total green kinstones. We're going to manipulate all of them. What Tej did after...
Oh, that's not good.
That is not good.
Yeah, sometimes it's really hard to continue the manipulation. I'm just going to reset it.
Yeah.
It's really hard to continue the manipulation past the green kinstone. So I got the kinstones correct. And then I need this P-hat to appear, though, for reasons. We're going to use this P-hat.
Yeah, so we're manipulating all of the kinstones plus the position of the P-hat that was supposed to be up there to end up getting 3 of the 4 kinstones.
It's the same RNG. What's
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, you're only grabbing 2 of the kinstones. For this one, are you supposed to only grab 2?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I do double into P-hat, and then I get the other 2. I was talking. I get the other 2 green kinstones inside Fortress of Winds.
Okay. Yeah, so doing this, we're manipulating each of those kinstones and then also the position of the P-hat that is supposed to be there, otherwise known as the E-hat, where that's going to let us do a thing called P-hat clip, which is itself somewhat complicated to explain. Basically, this game works in an interesting way where there are 2 layers that you're standing on at any one time. Those bridges next to Tej right now are on what we call layer 2. He is currently on layer 1. Also, all of those little wood areas are layer 2. Basically, we're going to put it in a way that we can go between the layer 1 and layer 2 transition and get onto what is layer 1 space while maintaining layer 2 as what is determined as our current layer. That lets us clip, and that puts us out of, not really like out of bounds, more at, so like it's just not registering the correct layer that we're on. And that's it.
Should work. There we
So now we're just able to go around anything that's on layer 1, we don't care. And that lets us skip all of the golden kinstone stuff and get straight into Caster Wilds. We're going to continue that manip in Caster Wilds to get both of the other kinstones that Tej is going for here. So we're going to save warp again, because unlike the Oracles games, our RNG is reset on soft reset, not hard reset. So we can just go in here, Tej is going to continue and do what is an easier actual manip in terms of how the RNG is advancing in each room, but also we're doing a clip called Lever Clip here, and we're combining that with a kinstone manip. So we're doing all of the movement up to what is a non-trivial trick, I'd say it's probably a medium difficulty trick, that gets us into an Armos and pulling a lever well before we're supposed to actually do it, skipping the red sword here in Fortress of Winds. Very nicely done.
There we go.
That looked perfect.
Yeah, we're not done yet, though. This entire dungeon is manipulated and glitched to high hell.
Yep. This is the RNG manip dungeon for...
Oh. Hello? Did I do that too fast? Wow, I did it too fast. He didn't actually activate.
Huh.
Okay.
All right, we go again.
Which is a thing you can do, but I haven't done in a while. You can actually do it too well.
That is interesting and noted for my future. But yeah, so you need to do all of this exactly, and that's a note of how exact everything needs to be. You can even be too quick about it. Because the Armos didn't spawn, the RNG value was different, we can't just go and spawn it, it would just be different. So we wouldn't have gotten the kinstone, wouldn't have been able to continue the manip. We're going to continue it after doing lever clip here, after we grab the key, all the way to the... Tej can correct me on this because I don't do this extended manip. It involves the behavior of the Dark Nut and also getting it to drop a kinstone, correct?
Yes, a green one specifically. Yeah, there we go. Now he's activated, so now we can do this. and dash to make that a green kinstone. I did not get an extra sparkle there. You can or you can get an extra sparkle, basically. And I did not, so I know that I have to roll into this room to keep the RNG on pace.
Yep. So basically, that's how a lot of the RNG manips work. Not to be super technical, is you'll have a queue for what actual RNG you're on, and from there we determine number of things that advance RNG, rolls, boost dashes like Teach is doing there, sword slashes, a ton of things advance RNG, and that's what makes it intricate and why everything that we're doing matters. So exactly the inputs that Teach is doing, they're not necessarily the fastest thing to do literally to traverse the room, but what it is doing is getting us to a point in a fast manner that lets us scroll a certain RNG seed to get both the manipulated behavior of that Dark Nut and that green kinstone. Now we're not really doing a manip right this second, because all we're doing is grabbing the mitts. These are mitts. So you liked that little brief period where we're not doing any manips?
Like 2 rooms. Yeah, well, we're back on it. But this time, it is to do a different kind of clip, but with the same Armos, as it turns out. Which is very funny, in my opinion.
Ooh, I'm hearing tell of potentially a mission to unlock an E mote.
Ooh.
Ooh. That is exciting. Yes, we're on the right RNG there, so this movement is specific. That looked good.
Ooh, nice. And so what we're doing here, this is called Armos Clip, where that's letting us be pushed straight through that Armos to get down here. Now we're doing the one that I always hate naming, portal jump storage, portal items, something like that.
Portal items. That
Portal
is,
items.
yeah, portal jump storage comes a little later.
Yes.
But that is portal items. So I guess fun fact about that, you can't do that on the EU version or the European version of the game.
The EU version is the correct thing to call it right
now. Yeah. Not to be confused with the EU version. It's kind of what it sounded like, I guess. Here we have Mazal, the classic 2 hands and a face boss.
Yep. I've commentated 2 of these runs today, and they both had hands with face. I hope that I don't see more hands later tonight in potentially another game. This is not me alluding to Twilight Princess at all. Yeah, so Mazal is an interesting fight because we want to be low health here. Kind of a silly thing about Minish Cap is, for general safety, we want to grab every heart container from every boss, and I love this fact. Except for this one. We don't want to get Mazal because we actually want to die shortly after Mazal, because after Mazal we get the Ocarina. We're going to do a thing called Death Abuse. But the thing that's hilarious about it is that every heart container is out of the way to grab, except this one. This one we have to go around it. So I just love that little fact. And
Yeah,
nicely done from Teach.
All right, I've got 3/4 of a heart. I had to actually look up the monitor to see how many hearts I had.
Yeah, you are perfectly fine right now.
I'm not used to playing on the composite. But I like it. It's like nice and fuzzy, but I can't see how many hearts I have. Like I could have 1, I could have half a heart, or I could have 3/4. But we have 3/4. This is fine. So we want to damage down to a half a heart because we are going to Death Abuse. I think now, even though it's really early, is a good time to start talking about what is going to happen in this next segment. And it is going to be very hard for me to explain.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's shenanigans.
Shenanigans are going to happen. I can start on what we're going to talk about. So, we got the 4 kinstones. Now we actually want to get the magical boomerang. But we still have the green sword. E. So we still have the green sword. The green sword is not going to let us actually get to Here is Tingle. Oh,
It's one of the Tingles.
this is Tingle. We're going to talk to Tingle again to spawn all of his brothers. And to get to each Tingle, there are ones that are locked behind, or one specific one that is locked behind the red sword, or maybe it's the blue sword. I actually don't remember. We need a better sword for it, so we're going to use Ocarina Glitch, which we haven't gotten, an example of yet, but we will shortly, plus what we call Lon Lon Death Abuse to get that Ocarina glitch, to do portal jump storage to get up there. This is going to be a lot. Those are a lot of words that mean nothing to you right now. So, what is Lon Lon Death Abuse? I will let Supersonic take away with that mission start, and then we'll get there, because we have very short amounts of time.
All right, so we got a 1033 from Frequently B saying, "Elev Zeldathon Mythos. It's the most wonderful time of the year." I couldn't even read that. Also, we got a $25 donation from Ori Sky saying, "E is a pretty good letter, but I prefer O personally." As the king of Minish Cap Hyrule once said, "Hey, oh." So hi, T.
All right,
Good
and
luck.
Tej is going to safety save here because this is
Oops, that's not right. Hold on, I wasted that bomb.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I'm gonna safety save once I equip Ocarina.
Because this is a marathon.
That's not good either, because I moved diagonally, I think.
But what Lon Lon Death Abuse is, we're basically trying to open this door and leave it in an open state. The way we're going to do that is die on the same frame that the door is opened. So Tej is going to do what we call Ezlo buffering here. He's going to say E a lot. And when we actually open the door, we're going to die on the same frame. That fairy that we got is going to revive us. Now the door is open. That's going to let us have an active transition. So when we, on the same frame that we actually play the ocarina, we also enter that transition. That activates what is stage 1 of Ocarina Glitch, which is a very broken state, and we can get more into it in a moment. But it let us do what is portal jump storage right there, jump diagonally onto the Minish portal, and then jump again over, skipping the sword requirement that I was talking about before, getting up to, I don't remember which, oh, that's David Jr. No, that's Knuckle. That's Knuckle.
I wouldn't know. I'm gonna be real with you. I wouldn't know. It's the pink one.
It's the pink one. It's the
Yes.
one that's used for the Wind Waker practice run. Then we had one extra kinstone that we got here. This is the Wanderer, I believe is his name. Something like that. This opens up a shortcut that we're going to use. We can get more on what that's for later. It's a little secret. Secret. I'm being told it is ankle.
Oh my god, menu? What? Okay. Hey, fairy. Thank you.
And because it's not me playing the game, that is a 1 in 16. Or a 15 and 16 to get a fairy there.
Yeah, you get ferried there a lot, or you get kinstone there a lot.
That I do.
It's actually super uncanny. It is supposed to be a 1 in 16.
Yeah. All right, so we're going to do another Death Abuse. I've explained the basics of it. We can get into more of what OG is after we hear about the E, the other letters.
All right, so we got a 1033 donation from Stone with no comment. Thank you very much. We also got a 1033 from Kelazi5, which a bunch of E's. I don't know how many there are, but there's a bunch of them. Then we got a 1033 from Fire Red Lily. Thank you, with no comment. Got a Taco Bell sound.
Yep.
We got 1033 from an Anonymous, 15 from Lazy Days, 1033 from Esper Bucket saying Talon and Malum had a farm. E.
E, I see.
We got a 579 donation from Crimson AE saying, "Can you think of a fast food joint you can go to that has 2 E's, yo quiero Taco Bell, as a phrase does? Also, the first sentence doesn't have an E in it, aside from naming the letter itself. Also, Bean Seller," I can't read that, has the most E's in his name as opposed to any other donation character at Zeldathon.
But do you want the bean seller as the most E's, or do you want, like, do we have Ezlo?
I don't know.
I don't know if we have Ezlo. I know we have Vadi. I'm being told, I'm seeing a shook head. We do not have Ezlo. We do not have the man, the myth, the E himself. Now that said, we're going back into Lake House Death Abuse. This time we do the same thing that we did before, except this time the Lake House just kind of sucks more. We're going to open a door and die again. How Tej does this while looking at the bomb frames when it's, like, very tiny, I don't really understand, but you know what? He does it.
I'm being cautious.
Very fair.
I hope you like the flute song. There we go.
There we go.
Great song.
God. Okay, so I realized halfway through that I didn't safety save, so I was like, all right, I better not miss this.
I was going to not say anything about that to not give your nerves a jolt.
No, I knew. It's all good. We're in Temple of Droplets without the flippers.
Yep, so Stage 1 OG Ocarina Glitch gives us the ability to time stop. And part of that means that we can walk on water, walk around all of everything, and we're actually just going to use a lot of OG in this dungeon. And I see another E. We have a lot of letters going on. OG stands for Ocarina Glitch. E stands for Supersonic.
So we got a 1033 donation from
Wow.
Anonymous
Okay.
saying, yippee! Then we got a 1033 from Palm, just says E. And then we got another 1033 from Anonymous with no comment. Thank you very much. And we got a 1033 from Euler with a, let's see, 2.71828. That's a bunch of numbers to read. Then we got 1033 from Betsy7Cat saying, as a semi-stealth Elizabeth, I am living for all the E's.
Love it.
Thank you for all the donations. Like,
Yeah, that has put us over 80,500.
yo.
Let's see if the E's, the power of the E, can get us to 81,000 by the end of this run. I don't know how to say it with anything that inflects on an E, because frankly, the only numbers that have inflections on the E is like it's AT, I guess.
Okay, so fun fact for those of you who weren't watching earlier this week, I taught Patricia Somerset how to do this glitch right here on stream. So go check that out if you haven't already, but...
Yo, nice. We had a poll for the best vowel, and E won with 69%. Yeah, nice.
Nice.
And yeah, no, that trick is very cool. Basically, just getting the door transition synced with the boomerang being out, letting us walk right through. We're going to use that one more time. But first, you remember that chew that we saw earlier? What if it actually was a Baja Blast chew?
I'm sorry, the Internet Explorer logo is sending me on the...
Wait, I didn't see that
I
yet.
saw that.
I think it just got added. Okay, this is fine. I also like how there are a bunch of E's, and then there's just a donut in front of my face.
The donut is the O from O Canada.
Oh.
Oh my gosh.
At least I assume it is. It was added around that time. It might just be a donut, and I don't know why it's there.
Tim Hortons.
Oh yeah, to represent the Canada block, it's the donuts that you get at Tim Hortons.
He's jumping. This is awkward. All right, we're going. That's
Cool.
fine. Yeah, he can give you some awkward RNG in this particular fight. This is essentially just the same fight as Green Shoe, except he is electric. He's an electric type, blue Stevens Cradley.
Yeah, so now it's Terra Electric, and now the type chart is all... It's so messed up, we don't know even what to do anymore. Thank you, Terra types. I'll be glad when you're gone.
Right?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Anyways, we're getting into... I wouldn't personally call it the hardest trick, but it is the most precise trick in the run. This is going to be Octoclip. It's what the route for this... The entire 80% route, the entire all dungeons percent RTA route is based around Octoclip, and this is a very specific thing. We're going to do a sub-pixel lineup, and you guys probably already know what a sub-pixel is because you were watching Oracles like good little viewers. But basically, it's any given visual pixel, there is a sub-pixel difference where we will have one of two actual positions registered. We're going to be getting a very specific sub-pixel value, so it's going to look the same as what something else might look like. And then we're going to do a frame-perfect diagonal roll, but we're doing what we call Octoclip, or generally, this is ICDM. Because Ice Corner Boost Momentum, I
Yes, that is correct.
think? Yeah. And I remembered it was awkward.
It's a little awkward because it does stand for something else.
Yes.
Okay, well, I think I'm early, if anything.
Yeah, that seemed early, and you have one more attempt for the Manip to be alive.
All right.
Okay.
So Octomanip is probably not going to work anymore, but that's okay.
That's okay. We can't manip Octo.
There we go.
Never
There we
talked
go.
about maniping Octo.
No, you can't manipulate this fight. It's impossible.
We would love to.
No, I would have been able to manipulate how many inks I get in this fight, which is, spoilers, 0. Ideally. But you can only manipulate it, really, if you get that trick within a certain amount of tries. And it is a frame-perfect trick at 60 frames per second, so it is pretty difficult. I'm just gonna go...
Wait.
Wait, what was that?
That was Shadow Temple saying TGH.
Oh. Right, the recording that that drove him nuts, apparently.
Yep. To the brink of insanity.
Oh my god.
Supersonic, what was that? Let's answer Chief's question.
So that was a 1033 donation from Stone, just says E. And then we also got a 1033 from Sylvan Tempest that's saying, "We see thee here." And then we got a 1033 from Nux Tenma saying TGH stands for E. And we got a 1033 from Sylvan Tempest again saying, "Wee."
I still got it. I actually got a pattern I recognize.
Oh, very
Huh?
nice.
So yeah, we got it.
This is what years of running this game does, apparently.
So it is possible with 5th try Octoclip.
Noted.
That was 5th try, right? Yeah,
That was 5th
try.
I lost
5,
count
yeah.
after a bit. All right, and there's our water element.
All right, now for my favorite section, swords.
S words.
Gotta get the swords.
Yep. Also, we got one more donation, 1033 from Kiro saying, "I love Body so much. He's so cute, and his name's pronounced with an E sound, so I think that counts."
Vati.
Yeah, we'll take it.
Even though it's an I.
Yeah, true.
I like the E from Pokemon that's made its way onto the screen.
I see it. Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, so here the dead king, which by the way he died, is going to tell us to go to the royal crypt, go to the graveyard, hey, go here. We're not going there. Instead, we are going to go upgrade our swords first and foremost, and then we're going to be very rude to the Wind Tribe
Yeah.
members that are standing in front of entrances that we're not supposed to enter.
Yeah. You say you gotta stand up for yourself. Don't let people walk all over you. We're gonna actually, like, 1, ignore that, and 2, do that literally. How they don't hate us, I don't know. But, yeah, at this point, why are we upgrading the swords now? We totally had reason to not before. Like, we could skip around everything. Well, there's actually exactly one spot that we need the blue sword in Palace of Winds.
Yes. Very
And-
first screen.
Very first screen.
Yep.
If we had a way to get around that, we wouldn't have to do any of what is currently happening until the very end, which would not only let us save a trip here, it would also skip the Moblin fight that we'll see later.
So the trick with portal jump storage that I did earlier with the Lon death abuse that we were talking about, or that Glovers was talking about, that trick is what let us upgrade our sword basically straight to the blue sword from the green sword. So up until now, I have not had the ability to clone myself with my sword. And by the way, I'm going to save and quit here just to basically make the game think that I have left the room, because otherwise I would not be able to do 2 in 1.
There's still 3 different letters, but they are his name. Supersonic, what was that?
That's a 1033 donation from Tasteful Noodles that just says E. And then we got this 1033 from Beanzo saying, "I'm enormously enjoying each and every moment of this educational speedrun segment." There was a bunch of E's in that sentence.
Not a real donut. That's unfortunate. Damn.
Dang. I really love a donut.
Same.
Shoutouts to hunger.
Yeah.
All right, so now we're just going to dash right out of here. Reason being, you can't flute inside, which is unfortunate, and honestly, like that's
Yeah,
kind of BS.
the outdoor room of the inside is not outside.
Yeah. All right, so we mentioned we were going to be very rude. Turns out, like, Ocarina Glitch can let you be very rude to the Witch Tribe.
Yes. So we're going to take that shortcut that we got from the Wanderer before. That's not really a shortcut. We're supposed to actually be blocked off. But we can instead do OG and walk
Excuse
all
me.
over him. Excuse me, pardon me.
Excuse me, coming through. I'm walking here. Ah.
Gonna serenade this one a little
Oh,
bit.
that was interesting.
They are very into our little song.
Yeah, while they're distracted by the serenading, we can go right by.
Mission complete.
Ooh. Supersonic, what's that about?
That is a $10.33 donation from Daydana with no comment. Thank you very much. And it looks like we may have unlocked a new emote.
The
Is that the
emotes.
emote?
Very
Yo.
nice. You guys have done fantastic. Nice
Yeah,
work,
for
everybody.
real. This has been very cool. You can. Okay, really, guy? Get out of here, please.
I love when the E hats do this.
More like F hats in this case.
Yep. So that is this is the exact spot
Oh my
that
god,
we were
get
talking
out
about.
of the way. Thank
The
you.
Stalfos are being so mean.
My god.
Pushing that block. Skip pushing that block. We don't need to have the blue sword in Palace of Winds.
Technically, that is true. Yeah, so like you can fight Gjork without cloning yourself. It's a thing.
It is.
It technically is a thing.
I will wait to pronounce that boss's name because I know that I'm the only one that says it weirdly. But,
Oh yeah, you say yeah, you pronounce the long Y, right?
yeah, I do pronounce a long Y there. And that comes from when I played Majora's Mask as a kid. I've always done that. This is a very fun fight here. So Palace of Winds, let me backtrack a little bit. We got out of Temple of Droplets. That's where, in at least my humble onion, the hard parts of the run have all gone past. There is still going to be a very hard manip at the end, which is probably the hardest thing in the run. But largely, we are on a very fun victory lap here. So much of the gameplay from this point on is just very fun to watch, very fun to do. I love it. Watch this jump that Teach is going to do here. He's going to very tight jump onto the end of that.
This is the most fun dungeon in the game, for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, these clouds are an illusion. Shout out to Cloud, by the way.
Yeah, Cloud is
Cloud is an illusion. Cloud will be running Tears of the Kingdom, I believe.
Yep, Tears of the Kingdom tomorrow evening.
Also, this is cool. We're gonna ignore boundaries right here. I believe that's correct. There we go.
Nice.
Yep, now we're out of bounds. Oh god, I almost got grabbed by that guy. Okay. All right, that would have been traumatic.
That is a stair clip there.
Yes.
And we're going to do another one of those in Dark Hyrule Castle, basically lining up to an exact pixel. We can get out of, well, so in this case, it's a pixel. In Dark Hyrule, it'll actually be a subpixel. The spot that we line up with can let us dash just straight through that same layer transition thing that we did before with key hat clip, except we're just kind of doing it on a staircase.
Also, that is diagonal angle retention right there. Remember that phrase?
Yep,
That's a dar.
That is dar for Warble Hop.
That was called Warble Hop. Yep.
And still, I don't know what a Warble Hop is. I don't know why it's called that, but
I remember, like, because I like, when I was new to the community, like, that trick was fairly new still, and I thought it was pronounced verbal hop. I thought it was supposed to be, like, German. It is not, apparently.
it does look like it. Like, it's a very honest mistake to have made. The verbal hop.
I think it came from, like, you know, when I started to actually speedrun games in German. Shoutouts to Link's Awakening and Echoes of Wisdom, both of which are fastest in German.
Yay!
Link's Awakening 2019, that is, for the Switch.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the 3 very unique ways to speedrun the same video game.
And they're all vastly different somehow.
Yeah. Meanwhile, what run we have after this is Twilight Princess HD, which is similar enough to Twilight Princess SD that I haven't played TPHD, and I will be on comms and know a lot of what's happening.
All right, I am gonna grab
That's
this
cool.
fairy. All right, so here's another boss store clip. We did a boss store clip in Temple of Droplets. Here's another one.
I love that the user E like 8 times a 3 and then E like 5 more times has joined the chat. We did a boss store clip which let us do a bunch of out of bounds shenanigans, and now we're going to Gyorg.
Gyorg.
You know, I thought his name was like George or something.
George, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Heard Majora's Mask randomizer comments make me say
George. So Gyorg is an interesting fight because we're just gonna smack a ton of eyeballs a lot and basically be balancing going between the red Gyorg and one of the blue Gyorgs. It's called Gyorg pair, but there's really like a ton of them. You're gonna hear me say Gyorg a lot. I'm sorry if you think it's not pronounced that way. I don't really care enough.
I personally think Gyorg is a lot more interesting when you're doing an archipelago.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't know
Shout out to
anything about
Jiggy.
random.
Yeah, I definitely said Gyorg as a kid. Awesome.
The Warblehop lore is that the
alright, that's
German name of the cane of Pachi is the Wurblestab, so it is German.
Oh, it is German. I was right.
Hey.
So then wouldn't it be Verbal because that's a verbal stab, right?
I have no idea.
Thank you to community members from the Minish Cap community for knowing things.
Yes. Shoutouts to the Minish Cap community, by the way.
Oh,
Just
they're
awesome people. Awesome people. So many good resources available for this game.
This game has so many resources, and it's been put together by a small crew of just the most dedicated people. I love it. It's fantastic. By the way, we are quickly closing in on the end of this run here. We are already done with all 4 elements. We're Avatar Aang, or sorry, Avatar Ing.
Avatar E.
Avatar E. We're going to be heading into Dark Hyrule Castle, which is debatably the most fun dungeon in this game, up there with Palace of Winds, which we just completed, and it is the final dungeon. It's going to end with Vadi.
Whoops.
So you guys, our E time is almost, I don't know how to say the word up with an E in it. Get those E's in. Eep. Before you go to Eep, get those E's in. There we go.
All right, so before we enter Dark Hyrule Castle, we have to do this fight and enter this cutscene because we never got this cutscene, which we were supposed to get before going to Castor Wilds or after doing Cave of Flames. But because we did all the glitches we did after Cave of Flames, we never saw this cutscene, so we have to do it now with the ladder in the middle of the arena, which is not supposed to be a thing at all. Also, fun fact, you can softlock on that ladder. Don't do that, especially not on world record pace like I did. I mean, what? What?
How do you-
I didn't say anything.
How do
Did
you soft lock on that ladder?
You can climb down it after the fight's over, and it just won't let you back up.
Oh.
It's kind of precise, actually.
So what you're saying is that you were impressive while on world record pace. That's all I'm hearing.
Sure, let's go with that.
We're learning Vadi's lore here, where he turned Eslo into a duck hat, and I still don't know what that means for the ecology of, like, the Minish world. Why does he know what a duck is? I haven't seen a duck at all. There isn't another one.
I mean, surely there's something around here with a beak that, you know, they could have taken inspiration from, right?
Maybe.
What are some birds that have beaks or animals that have
The
beaks?
birds that
inside?
have beaks is most of them.
in this I guess all right.
Well, we're gonna be playing Twilight Princess after this. The Kargaroks have beaks as long as they're not Twilight Kargaroks.
Do they have beaks?
The ones that aren't Vuvuzela birds, yes. The ones that are in, like, City in the Sky,
Fair enough, I guess.
they're still Kargaroks.
Kapora Gabora.
Oh, yeah. Owly McOwl.
Right, that is a beak. Okay.
Is there a boss with a beak?
Helmarok King?
Yeah, Helmarok
Oh,
King.
yeah.
For Wind Waker, that
Yeah.
I was totally commentating. Oh, right, because we skipped that fight.
forgot that pass existed.
Oh, Loft Wings. That's one.
Loft
Yeah,
Wings.
Loft
We'll
Wings.
see Skyward Sword tomorrow morning by the illustrious Pip-E in a top hat. Pip-E in a top hat.
Loftwings have the dorkiest looking beaks. Just
But-
dorky looking things. I love Loftwings. Also, whoops, I reset.
Yeah,
Dang.
by the way, we have 2 cutscenes in Minish Cap speedruns for the entire hour-and-a-half run, and it's the same cutscene twice. Here's the intro cutscene again.
Okay, I need to know, did someone on Zeldathon staff just draw that E with the Ezreal hat? That's right in front of me right here.
I
This
was
one?
wondering where that could have come from.
Did
That
someone
makes
just
sense.
draw that on the spot?
Okay.
I need to know.
Okay, someone in the chat said that Uku does not have a beak, and that's one of the more concerning parts about it.
Uku just has a human face.
Man, chicken.
Yeah, man chickens in chat, because for some reason that's a global emote. A global FFZ emote.
Also, the answer to your question, Jay, it's Dino made it.
You can thank. Oh my God, Dino!
Dino.
Made it. Huge shout outs to Dino.
That's fantastic.
E.
E.
One final E before Dark Hyrule Castle. All right, right away in Dark Hyrule Castle. By the way, this place is totally destroyed. I mean by glitches. It's destroyed in general, and it's destroyed by glitches. But yeah, we do something right away called cutscene walking, and then we do another stair clip. This stair clip is a little bit trickier than... I am too low. There we go. This stair clip is a little bit trickier than the one in Palace of Winds, just because you do have to manipulate your subpixel in a slightly weird way in order for it to work, or just rely on subpixels to like hopefully be correct without a setup. But I always try to go for the setup here. So the setup involves just turning in place with sword, holding down left and dashing, and then just dashing straight. I went right on the pixel, and yeah, that was it. Okay, cool.
Nice.
All right, I couldn't quite tell.
And you didn't have Michael the Moblin come and ruin your day.
Yes. Also, that Moblin is apparently named Michael.
Yeah, by me.
Yes, of course.
Keep naming things.
If
I
somebody
will not
names
stop.
if somebody names things in any Zelda community, it is either Glubbers or Glan.
Yeah.
That is what I have learned.
If its name is John, it's probably,
Probably
Glenn.
Glan. Yeah. John Climate Change.
Shoutouts to Jonathan Climate Change.
So yeah, that stair clip. Oh, I have one bomb.
Who made Curb E? Sorry.
All right, cool. I got that. So this stair clip made me able to skip saving the king. So the king is just going to stay in jail forever.
Yeah, another reference to A Link to the Past where we leave Zelda in jail forever.
Wait, wasn't the king supposed to be dead? What happened to that?
Dead people are sometimes in jail.
Damn. All right. The lore? Excuse me?
Yeah, what?
Okay.
That was interesting.
Let's try that again. There we go.
He got better. Okay, I'm going with that one.
He recovered from his... he recovered from dying. Good for him. Okay. Here we go. This is where the dungeon gets totally destroyed.
Yep. We're going to do that Ocarina Glitch a couple of times. And basically, the entire goal of Dark Hyrule Castle is you go to the 4 corners of Dark Hyrule, traverse it to its absolute max, get to the darkest depths and the highest rises. And
we're getting high rises all right.
we're getting some high rises. And we're instead just kind of doing Ocarina Glitch and going around and collecting the 4 keys without doing really any puzzles. But we are going to do Fire Bardar, which is still fun to say. That's in a little while. We'll get there. Until then, keep your E's on.
Yeah, hopefully we're able to do the Fire Bardar, because that does, it doesn't require manipulation, but manipulation starting from right here, by the way, makes it a lot easier to at least attempt. There we go. So, of course, for the manipulation, that Ocarina Glitch is important to get without actually transitioning there. I should be on the RNG I want to be. Whoops. Okay, that's fine. I'm either on the correct RNG or I'm one ahead. And the Gibdos will tell me. We want to see up, right on their directions. Perfect.
That's one thing that I love about just the RNG manips. It's just like, yeah, so this next room, the Gibdos are going to be two of them are facing up and one of them's facing to the right.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, yeah. I mean, I
love
get
that.
why you're doing that, but at the same time, huh?
Come on.
All right, here's the last Ocarina glitch of the run.
There we go. These weird diagonal jumps here, which I'm playing safe.
Yeah, door jumps are interesting.
I don't know why they work, but like there are a lot of things about Ocarina Glitch that I just don't understand. These are one of them.
It's if you hit a transition as you're jumping, then on the other side of the door, you for some reason just
I actually
maintain that.
don't have any bombs. Can I use a bomb here? I can.
Yes.
Technically. Okay, I'm gonna ruin the manip doing it, but that's fine. I can do this. Oh, there are bombs over there. Okay, that's fine.
There we go.
All right, well, so we ruined the manip to actually make that work, but oh well, it's fine. We'll probably just do. Actually, no, I'll still try the fire bar. Maybe against my better judgment. Oh, I gotta wait for the platform.
Oh, did you? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Whee.
There we go. Okay. That is fine.
I don't know what the E that's kind of looking like a Dorito with a black outline is. Do we have any guesses on what that is?
Wait, where do you see that?
Teja's camera far right.
What is that?
It's probably an E.
It looks like an E just taking on the shape of a Triforce. Kind of.
Oh, I can kind of see that.
Kind of?
Kind of.
Is that a Korok seed on the top?
The Triforce of E?
Where do you see the Korok seed? What?
Oh, wait, no. I totally saw that wrong.
We'll
I need to
try
get new
this.
glasses.
I just processed the rated E for everyone. That one, I don't know how long that's been there.
It's been there for a while.
Yeah, but that's also where it's supposed to go, so my brain filtered it out.
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
Fire bar.
Yep,
We're just gonna do this normally. I'm not gonna bother with fire bar.
fair enough. And this is how you go this way, apparently.
Yes. Oh, gotta roll. Gotta roll to make the game realize that we're above a hole. Excuse me, Gibdo.
Ooh, Supersonic, what did we just have come inbound?
We got a $10.33 donation from Palm with no comment. Thank you very much for that. So I do have a long comment on this one. You want me to go ahead and read it?
Yeah, so at this point, Teej is going to be probably pretty quiet. He's very focused on the last manip of the run, which I'll get into the specifics of, but he is very focused on...
All right, sure thing. So we got a $5 donation from Navy Seal saying, "What the E did you just say about me, you little E? I'll have you know, I graduated top in my E in the Navy E's, and I've been involved in numerous secret raids and on Vati, and I have over 300 confirmed E's. I am trained in Hyrulean warfare, and I am the top swordsman in the entire Hyrulean armed forces. You are nothing to me, but just another target. I'll wipe you out with precision, the likes of which has never been seen before on this GBA game marked by E."
I had been wondering why people kept saying Mythes. It's on the Zeldathon Mythos thing in the bottom left.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
I didn't catch that.
Where are the other hidden E's on this layout? There's an E next to the Make-A-Wish. I didn't see that one either, but I think that's just because it was kind of hidden.
That one's just staring at us.
There's an E in Zeldathon.com/store which you should go to. There's actually two. There's also two in donate.zeldathon.com. Both of these are websites that you should go to because they have the letter E in them twice. So, anyways, to talk about the actual video game. So this is the hardest RNG manip. This is the hardest RNG manip in the run. Everything since the last save warp that Teej has been doing is very specific. So what we're doing is first manipulating the behavior of the Dark Nut fight that we just did, everything up to and leading into the Dark Nut fight that we just did. Here's Vadi 1. Teej is going to know exactly what's happening with Vadi 1 as he turns into the thing that I don't know why people are attracted to this. It has an eyeball stomach. But people are, I think. Or I'm misunderstanding people's comments in Twitch chat. That said, we know exactly where all of these eyeballs are going to protrude from Vadi 1 at, and all of where he's going to stand, teleport to, all of that is consistent. So we're going to have a very easy phase 1. Easy phase 1. These sword slashes are to set the RNG, and the Gust Jar does roll RNG, which is what makes this a little bit more tricky, because you can only have it going for certain amounts of time, so you can't mess it up, obviously. And we are using the Gust Jar to pull the Dark Gunk off of Vadi and end the first phase. Very nicely done. Now into the absolute worst fight in the game unless it's manipulated.
It is really the worst fight in the game, for real. That's why we manipulate this fight.
This is the crux of what we're doing here, is mostly manipulating Vadi 2. Vadi 3 is fine. We are going to also be doing ideally an extended manip into Vadi 3 at the very beginnings of Vadi 3. Very nice. But without manipulating where Vadi 2 is going to be and manipulating Vadi 2's behavior, there's so much that's just erratic about his behavior.
Erratic.
Erratic.
Yes. That we just don't really know what's going to happen. He can just like come in and shove us off of where we want to be, react super silly, and frankly, I can't say a lot of the words that I want to about the fight on a marathon like this.
But that was pretty perfect right there.
That was very nice.
Everything about that fight was absolutely ideal. Like, for what I do. That's just like, that is about as good as it can get for me.
Yeah, very well done. And we will have one more bit of RNG manip. We're going to actually free Zelda here, and do the kind of escape sequence like we haven't.
I actually don't. I'm not continuing the minute past this.
Oh, you're not?
I have forgotten how to do V3 minutes. It doesn't matter too much.
It doesn't matter too much.
Yeah, but like the main part of the minute, the really important part of the minute is good. It's done.
Yeah.
So
Vadi 2 is absolutely the important part. Vadi 3 is like kind of a victory lap. It's a victory lap within the victory lap that was Palace of Winds and Dark Hyrule. Yeah. Since he's not manipulating again, what's up, Teej?
I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right now that that's over. But how's Couch doing and how's chat doing? Like, I just saw we got a big raid, by the way, from ZFG. So shout out to ZFG.
ZFG.
Yo, ZFG.
Hello, everybody. How is all of chat doing? I hope that they let us know. I'm doing great. I've been seeing a lot of the letter E, and frankly, I will probably accidentally say E jokes for TP. Ryan, how are you doing?
Yeah, chilling. Yeah, no, I didn't really say a whole lot, but I'm learning as we go.
Very fair. Yeah, there's a lot that's just going on. It's all very specific.
Yeah. I mean, it's been informative with all the commentary, so.
So yeah, Vadi 3 has 2 phases. There's this phase where he can plunge down to the ground. That was actually pretty quick. All right. He can plunge down to the ground, and then you can actually enter his arm and destroy the eyeball guys inside. There you are.
So unsurprisingly, the general consensus of how chat's doing is they're doing E.
And then this phase, this is the last phase of the run. So can somebody bring me the button, please?
Ooh.
I would appreciate somebody bringing me the button,
Yep.
if that's okay, because time's going to end the third time I do this.
Yep.
Hopefully the third time I do this.
Supersonic,
Yes.
you had that donation. How are you doing, and how was that donation?
Well, we got a 1033 donation from Calypso with no comment. Thank you very much. Aside from that, I'm doing
Just Dan.
great. I don't know.
Great.
Great.
All right. One more
Thank you, Click It.
It's going to be one more time here. So basically, once we see that 4 electric ball attack, which we're going to see
Right here.
There.
And time.
Time.
GG. 131. Very solid.
Not bad for marathon time.
Not bad at all.
And now,
All right.
Twilight Princess HD.
All right.
You're gonna be here, I'm over there. Okay.
All right. See you all in a bit.
Going in the camping. Oh,
But yeah, thanks for having me. Again, I'm TGH. Thank you so much for making this such a fun event. Both the chat and also the in-person staff here have been wonderful. Keep raising money for Make-A-Wish America, y'all. I don't know if I'm still audible, but apparently there's a Hopefully
Am I on camera or off? Do you want to be on? I was supposed to be. I don't.
Can I plug the gamepad into?
Pippi, did you want to be on?
I don't know what's going on.
I don't. No, I'm confused. Just tell me where to sit. So I'm gonna sit over here. Okay.
I don't know how they came up with this as an idea, but I'm for it.
We love this. Went through several permutations of problem solving.
Fair enough.